little tiny kangaroo, the marla, and it used to be found here, but now it's on the threatened list. And that species was actually wiped out during that big fire from the early 80s. But there's no story attributed to that sacred Malawati. You're not supposed to take photos of that, by the way. But I'll turn a blind eye. Yeah, there is a story I know of, but we're not supposed to tell it. It's not very exciting anyway. He had a fight and his face was pushed into the side of the rock, and that's what's left the imprint. And his hair is like a bun on the back, and that's how the Marla family wore their hair. The men, they wore it in a bun. See this vacant site just here? This is the old campsites around the rock, back before everybody was moved outside the rock. And this is where the dingo stole my baby, was taken from, along here. I think there's another campsite up a little bit further. And now the brain, or the Malawati, has turned it into another story. It's the story of Star Wars, Darth Vader. Can you see Darth Vader? Yeah. And there's Homer Simpson and there's Abe Simpson. You've got to use your imagination, all right? Each one of those markings has a Chukaba story, a creation type story. And there's Mick Jagger's lips, of course. That's another sacred site, but we're not given any information about these other sacred sites. Only 3. Which brings me to the elephant's trunk. And this is the elephant's trunk coming up here. And that elephant's trunk is called Nagawata, which means ceremonial pole. Looks like an elephant's trunk, but it's really the ceremonial pole of the Marla people, and the pole has now fallen over. And we're just coming up to a sacred site called Warayuki. This is another sacred site, and it's these 2 rocks. These 2 rocks just here. These 2 little rocks. The tall one and the short one. That's it there. And I'll tell you about that on this next little tiny walk. We're going to get dropped off here, and then we're going to do a little walk around to where the climb is, and Andrew's going to pick us up at the climb. So this is all flat ground. We're just going to have a look at some more caves. I'll pass on some information. So yeah, it'll take probably about 40 minutes.